At the end of the book, Rabbi Nachman's Wisdom, the last conversation, it's called Conversation Shin Chet 308. There, Rabbi Nachman goes on at length explaining something about the world, the conduct of the world, the behavior of the world, the mentality of the world, that you find that people are always saying, the olden times used to be much better, and now times are much worse. And people, you always find them complaining that now are harder times, and before was much better and much easier. And Rebbe Nachman teaches that's wrong, and just the opposite. Hashem is even guiding the world now much better than before, and it's exact opposite. And he says there nicely, he says this is a part of life, that people who try to have olam hazeh, try to have this world, that everything should work out, that will never happen. So because of that, people will always be complaining. It's something phenomenal, that people are struggling and running in order to have a good life and everything, but it will never be. Nobody has a good end from this world exclusively. In other words, when you take this world and you live it in itself, nobody has a good end. Even the rich and the famous and everybody has a bad and sad end when they just live based on this world. And that's how it always is. And because of that, people have the misconception that older times were better. And Rebbe Nachman brings the proof that's wrong, that you have cases of people who were poor and poverty stricken, and now they're rich, and all of a sudden they became millionaires and everything. They also are complaining. They're also saying now is harder and now is tougher time, and earlier times were better. But they were poor, they had no money and everything. So he says it's an axiom of life, that people are always just complaining. So what to do? Rabbi Nachman says your only solution to escape the difficulties of this world is to simply run to Hashem, run to the Torah. Hashem will take care of you. The Torah will take care of you. If with whatever you're going through in life, you seek the Torah, you seek Hashem for guidance, you seek the Torah and Hashem for giving a solution, you will have a good end. His wording there is Hashem will take care of you. It's amazing, the wording there. With such confidence it's written there. Take a look, that Hashem will take care of you. This is something phenomenal. And when a person lives for the sake of Hashem and for the sake of the Torah, whatever he has, he's okay with, because he's not interested in that. He's not looking after the big giant mansion with the 4 garages and the Porsche and the Jaguar and the limousine and the Ferrari and everything. He's not looking for that. Doesn't care if he has it or not. If he has it, okay. Doesn't have it, okay also. This is the attitude of someone who's living for the sake of Hashem, for the sake of the Torah, and everything's in light, in vain of the Torah. As opposed to someone who doesn't do that, so there's always what to be bitter about. There's always what to complain. And in Rabbi Nachman's wording there, take a look. He says, Ben kach un ben kach, a person will live his life equally. In other words, whether a person has money or whether he doesn't have money, in both cases, a person will have to struggle and toil in life. Whether he has money, he'll have to toil and struggle still, because nothing will work out the way he wants it to. And the more he has money, for example, the more worries he has newer worries, because it's a rule also in life, he says there, that the more you have possessions and everything, it comes package and parcel with newer difficulties, newer expenses, things that you didn't have when you didn't have money. All of a sudden now that you have openings and this and that, so it comes with more expenses, more difficulties, more taxes, more this, more that. So whether you have money or whether you don't, you have to live your life the same. And he says, Rebbe Nachman, to take quite literally the Mishnah in Ethics of Our Fathers, Pirkei Avot, Kach hi darka shel Torah, right? This is the way of the Torah. Pat b'melach tochal, you should eat your bread with salt, right? Umayim b'mesorat tishteh, and drink measured amount of water. Ve'ala aretz tishan, and sleep on the floor. U'ba'torah ta'amel, and in the Torah you're exerting yourself, you're involved in. So if you do this, fortunate are you in this world, and it's good for you in the world to come. You'll have it both good in this world and the world to come. The average person, they hear this, you say, are you kidding? So Rebbe Nachman says, if you take a look at it this quite literally, you'll see that there's something here. The Torah is teaching you whether you have the physical comforts or not. You don't care. I'm interested in the Torah. Whatever Hashem gives me along the way in order to learn, great. If it's just going to be a distraction and an obstruction and obstacles because of the gashmiut, the physicality, I'm not interested. I want to serve Hashem at the maximum, learn Torah at the maximum according to my capacity and my abilities. So he teaches in this Mishnah, Rebbe Nachman is explaining this Mishnah, that you have to be willing to even be satisfied with the minimum. Because not everyone even has this. Not everybody has bread and salt. Some people don't even have bread and salt. But the thing is to be satisfied with the minimum. And with this attitude, you can always be happy. Because you will always turn to Hashem and to the Torah. And a person who does turn to Hashem and turn to the Torah, he will see endless miracles which go against rationale, against logic happening in life. Things should have worked X, Y, Z, but when a person turns to Hashem, the unexpected takes place. You're now entering the world of Hashem, the world of the Creator Himself, by you turning to Him, turning to His Torah, turning to Hashem for guidance, for salvation, for help. So things totally unexpected come, and you, being the faithful servant, by the proof that you did turn to Hashem, you catch and you see more than anybody else the divine providence and how Hashem so kindly and tenderly deals with you. So this is the advantage of living for the sake of Hashem, for the sake of the Torah. You will always have a comfort, always have a salvation, a consolation, hope, as opposed to people who live for this world. They are filled from beginning to end with worries, and it's just an illusion that the poor people think, oh, if I only had the money, if only I won the lottery, then things would be good. That's a wrong attitude, because even if you win the lottery, you will have extra worries now that come along with it. It's better to serve Hashem with whatever He sent you and to turn to Hashem for salvation.